Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan reflects on working with Sam Elliott on 1883 and their reunion filming Landman. 1883 was released in 2021 as the chronologically earliest prequel to the Yellowstone franchise. Starring Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, Isabel May, and Elliot, the miniseries followed pioneers as they made their way west. Elliot's Shea Brennan helped lead the treacherous expedition with the goal of seeing the Pacific Ocean. Elliot will reunite with Sheridan in Landman Season 2, where he has been cast as a series regular. In an interview with Golderby, Sheridan describes the brutal filming conditions for Elliot during 1883 and working on Landman. He details working in 108-degree heat dressed in wool and only having 3 interior sets during filming. He notes that Elliot embraced it and that it felt like he was doing something special. Sheridan also praises Elliot's distinct way of delivering dialogue and is glad to be working together again on Landman, which is currently filming. Sam Elliott has this effortless ability to stress the perfect syllable, to impact the meaning of a sentence and completely fill it with emotion, effortlessly. I was just with him on set 2 hours ago. It's so great to be back with him. I've been blessed to work with some phenomenal actors, and I've had some wonderful experiences. But I dragged Sam through a very similar hell that we just went through in 1883. There were only 3 interior sets for the entire shoot. We were in 108-degree heat, dressed in wool, and then we were in -6 in the same wool. It was a state of misery. For Sam to take that abuse and embrace it, and really feel like he was doing something special. We've all done this enough that you can wonder, is there a way they're gonna put this thing together and it works? But every once in a while, you're on one, and unless the director is colossally king up, this thing is gonna work. 1883 showcased the harsh conditions it took to travel west, often in excruciating detail. Along with showing the never-ending difficulties of the pioneers, the series made an effort to display incredible vistas throughout the journey. Instead of relying on visual effects, the crew filmed on real locations. Everyone on set was subject to the elements during the shoot, but it paid off in the finished product. The varying weather conditions likely helped the performances as the real-life people involved were also struggling at certain points. With his signature mustache and particular enunciation, he fits perfectly in that world. Elliot is the quintessential Western actor. Although Sam Elliott's filmography is full of roles outside of the genre, it is what he is best known for. With his signature mustache and particular enunciation, he fits perfectly in that world. Having Elliot appear in the most classic style of Western in the Yellowstone universe was a perfect casting choice. 1883 is a far more serious show than some of the soap opera elements of Yellowstone, and Elliot helped add to that gravitas. Sheridan is one of the most prolific creators working in TV today. He continues to make hit shows, with Landman being the most recent example. Elliot is joining the already impressive Landman cast that will see him acting with other on-screen legends like Billy Bob Thornton and Demi Moore. Given Elliot's previous experience working with Sheridan on 1883, he should be a great addition to another neo-Western with Landman, despite the filming conditions they worked under before. Yellowstone has become one of Paramount's most valuable TV and streaming franchises since its 2018 premiere. So much so that Taylor Sheridan, who co-created the series, was allowed to develop several Yellowstone prequel programs for Paramount+. In 2021, the first prequel, 1883, was released, and it has since become well-liked by fans. Long before the Dutton family settled on the Yellowstone Ranch, the Old West is the setting for the television series 1883. Tim McGraw played James Dutton, the great-great-grandfather of Kevin Costner's John Dutton from Yellowstone, while Sam Elliott played the lead role of Shea Brennan. Faith Hill, Isabel May, LaMonica Garrett, Mark Rissman, and Audie Rick make up the remaining cast. Since the end of the show in 2022, Sheridan has consistently provided the same responses regarding the future of 1883. However, because the question continues coming up, we'll tell you all you need to know about Season 2 of 1883. We have little doubt that Paramount Plus would be thrilled to air another 1883 season. In February 2022, Paramount Plus revealed fresh episodes were on the coming because it was so optimistic about the show's future. Less than a month later, though, Paramount Plus retracted the claim. Since then, nothing has changed. Sheridan informed Deadline that he has no plans to continue the story after 1883 Season 1 concluded. Sheridan explained, "I made this look back in time to show you this one particular journey. I don't like to wrap things up in a bow and tell you how everyone lived happily ever after. Or didn't. I would prefer that you ponder what Thomas and Nomi accomplished in their lives. How James and Margaret move on is never shown to you. I wanted to look into that because you did seem to have moved on from them in a flashback. Let's go on to the next window peek. Since you'd never seen Yellowstone, I also wanted to make something that you could see and be utterly captivated and satisfied. Allow it to flourish on its own." Sheridan continued, "As a storyteller, it feels closed-ended to me. I'm going to see what I see when I look through the window of a different era." According to this Deadline story, Lawman Bass Reeves was once intended to be 1883. The Bass Reeves story, a spin-off. Sheridan produces both programs. However, Lawman, Bass Reeves was subsequently redesigned as a separate brand. It doesn't share continuity with the original series and isn't a spin-off of 1883. Indeed, and it debuted in late 2022. Isabel May played Elsa Dutton again, narrating the 1923 sequel series, even though her character had died in 1883. The main actors are Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford as Jacob and Cara Dutton. According to the Dutton family genealogy, Jacob is James Dutton's older brother. Tim McGraw portrayed James Dutton in 1883. In contrast to 1883, 1923 will have a second season. Paramount Plus has not yet announced a release date for Season 2 of 1923. However, production is anticipated to start in 2024.